everyone. Okay, so I just want to start. We're back on Unity, and I've had an interesting past few minutes because I forgot that the levels is different in the hierarchy. So that was interesting. Of just me looking around. I went back to my own video to figure out where it was at. I was like, oh my gosh, where is it? And it's in there. Well, it's all good. We're all good. So, just saying. Just saying. But that's something. Anyway, we're gonna get right back onto it. So I think we were trying to do player movement. So let's see where we left off in our last little adventure here.
Welcome to
it was like
modules do is
we're installed
with one on the right.
We've done the layout.
First, rename the scenes folder.
We renamed.
Which is caused by the fact that the player is too big. So zoom out. We need another one on the ground as well.
We made the colliders.
Let's call it player movement. Now.
Okay, we made player movement. Let's open up that script. I think it's what we're going to be working on today. Player movement. Yeah. Ooh, the inspector's also scaring me here. It's been a little bit too long since I've actually touched this, so I'm gonna spell that. There we go.
In order to attach the script to the player object, we need to select the player and drag the player movement.
Okay, so we attached the script to the player. Let's double check that, just in case. Ducky, script, player movement script. Yeah, we're attached. We're good.
Player movement script, so we can write some
and we
code.
have it open.
Every time I open a script, I prefer to delete everything I don't need inside it, so I can get it to a clean state. This is just a personal preference, but you can do it if you like.
I'm gonna...
Then you can actually...
Okay, that's... You know what? You do your thing. Just delete all this stuff. I don't know what I forgot to delete last time.
On how to properly move our player. You remember that we gave our player a rigid body 2D.
Rigid body component, yeah.
In order to apply forces to make the player go left and right. In order to use the rigid body in code, we need to create a reference to it. This is why I created this variable of type rigid body 2D that has the name body. Now, every time we're going to use the rigid body from our player component, we're going to type in body and call some functions. But this is only half of the work. Now we need to show our code where to take this body from.
Why is the text so small in comparison to the rest of the window? Okay, awake.
In this case, I will use an awake method. As you can see in the description right here, awake is called every time the script is loaded. So every time you start the game, the script is being loaded and the awake method is being executed. On to the next part, which involves using the getComponent method. You can see that I typed here body equals getComponent rigid body 2D. But how does this exactly work and what does it do? Well,
Wait, what is he doing? Why is the text so small? Oh, okay.
But how?
Full screen, just like I see he's doing. Okay, body equals getComponent, rigid body 2D. Component, rigid body 2D. I don't know why this isn't even there. Get in there. Okay. Rigid body 2D, parentheses, semicolon. Okay, we're gonna roll with that. What are we working on?
How does this exactly work and what does it do? Well, in this case, the player movement script is attached to the player object. And the getComponent method will check the player object for a component of type rigid body 2D. In this case, it's going to find it right here, take it, and store it inside the body.
Okay, so this code is saying this variable name is the component rigid body 2D. Just put it inside here. And this is connecting those two as well. So save while we do this and then get back to this.
Body variable. So this is how get component works. Keep it in mind because it's one of the most widely used methods in Unity in order to get references. You can actually use it to get references not only to rigid bodies, but to all types of components like colliders, audio sources, etc. Our next step is to detect when the player presses left or right and move the
When the player presses left or right. Okay.
body in the relevant direction. To achieve this, we're going to use the update method.
Okay. Private void update. Okay, we're set up. We're good.
Just like awake, update is a method that's pre-built in Unity, which means that Unity will run it automatically. But unlike the awake method, update does not run only when you load the script, but it does run on every frame of the game. Which is great in our case because we're trying to check when the player presses left or right. Imagine if we were trying to check for arrow inputs, but the game would not do every frame of our game. Alright, next up I will use body.velocity.
Because you got the original Game Boy from 1985.
I'm currently recording.
Oh.
Good job, buddy. Get the door. Thank you. I'll be at it after. Okay.
In order to directly change how fast our player body is moving and in which direction.
Okay. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Okay. Alright. Body.velocity. Velocity equals new vector 3.
Direction. As you can see here, in order to assign the velocity, we need to use a vector, which is basically a collection of numbers because we need to assign the speed in all three directions, left and right, up and down, backwards and forwards. For the first coordinate,
Okay. Let's get our coordinates in here.
which is actually the left and right movement, I'm gonna use a property called input.getAxis.
What? Okay. Input get axis. That doesn't look right. It is. Okay. Alright, no. Comma, comma.
Then I'm gonna open the round parentheses and type in horizontal between quotation marks. To help you understand what this thing does, I made this sketch. So basically input.getAxis horizontal is a value defined by Unity. And every time you press the left button or the A key, it goes to -1. And every time you press the right button or the D key, it goes to 1. I like to use this value whenever I can because it helps me avoid if-else statements, which usually are a sign of bad code.
Interesting.
Okay, this allows us to move left and right. For the second and third variable, I'm going to use body.velocity.y and body.velocity.z, which just means that I don't want to change the body's velocity on the y and z axis. Now when you go back into Unity, you're going to see a red error message below. This happened because of my mistake. The player's rigid body is 2D, which means its velocity is defined by vector 2, not 3. And it also means that we need to delete the body.velocity.z.
Okay, because we aren't moving on a... That makes sense. We're moving up and down, left and right, not around.
Press play, you can move the player.
Alright, so if it works, we should be able to move the player left and right. Let's try this. Save. Let's put it all together, guys. Alright. It is not moving left and right. That is so sad. Okay. WASD and the arrow keys unfortunately do not do anything for this. So what did we do wrong? Let's look. Let's see.
Square left and right. But you can also see that the player is moving at an abysmally slow speed. So let's fix that. Don't forget to exit play mode and go back into Visual Studio.
Okay. Body.velocity equals new vector 2 input get axis horizontal body.velocity.y semicolon. He doesn't have a semicolon at the end of his parentheses, so I guess I'll take mine out for that. Let's see, the awake method body equals get component rigid body 2D parentheses semicolon private void awake private void update. Let's see, we'll try that. File, save. Did I save this as well? Actually not. So we'll try it out just in case it was the semicolon. Alright, let me move my camera down so you guys get some like hunched over. Might as well capture me, my hunchback. I think the API that's been changed is awake. I think now it's like start, but we'll see. See. Okay. A and D and the arrow keys. Hey, look at him. It also doesn't turn. So that's a little bit sad. Oh well. So I think the method he used to avoid if and else statements is interesting because everything just closed. I don't really know why, but let's get everything back up. Okay, OBS is still running, so we're good. I don't really, know why the other guy. I think the other guy did it. The method that makes the most sense for teaching C#. Well, this one just uses a shorter version. So maybe instead of saying, if you press this key, they will do this. If you do this key, they will do this. But that said, I actually do want to incorporate that for the jumping. So I think I think maybe we should go back to that video and maybe not do the get axis vertical. Actually, wait, can I do this on my own? Linear velocity. Okay, well, what would we do for this? Like we'd have body.linearvelocity.x and then we'd have input get axis vertical here. But I don't know about vector 2 and this. So what's that supposed to mean? Let me get the video back up. Come back here.
Studio. To solve our problem, we're going to create a float variable.
Okay.
We're going to call speed, and we're going to multiply it with the input.getAxis horizontal.
Okay. Private float speed. I don't know why it's not doing private, because I can just test it to see what kind of speed I want for my little rubber duck. Ah, goodness. Oh, that hurt my heart.
To make it easier to test and change the speed of a player, I want to make it directly editable from Unity.
Serialized speed. Oh, I'll just make it public. Okay.
Do this by opening square brackets and typing in serialized field.
Serialized field under private float speed. Okay. That's just not inside the brackets. Okay. Serialize field. Okay. I guess we are testing it, but we're doing it a different way. Instead of having it public, he's keeping it private, but we're having a serialized field.
Before the speed variable. When you go back into Unity.
Okay, when we go back into Unity, wait. Oh, we're all saved. Okay. Let's see. Where are we looking?
And select the player, you're gonna see in the bottom right corner that the speed is current.
Under rigid body 2D. No, under player movement script. Okay, wait. What did I do? Save. Let's try running it. Oh, there's errors. Okay. Serialize. Let's go back. Let's see what we did wrong. Serialize. Oh, missing a capital. Field. File, save, Unity. I know. Okay, we're still having errors. Serialize field. Private float speed. Okay. File. Save. Unity. 80. Perhaps. Looks like it. There we go. We got speed. He wanted us to try at 10. So let's get the video back up to there.
Currently 0. Let's set this to 10. Now you can press play and test out the new speed. Keep in mind that even when you
Okay, we gotta wait for
play
it.
the game, you can change the speed variable and you will see the updates right away.
Okay. Wow, it's so fast. Okay. I don't think I want the duck to move this fast. Wee. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll cut it to like 5, half the speed. Let's see. Play. I like the drop in. I know like maybe the duck shouldn't spawn right above the ground, but I kind of like how that feels. We'll do like 3.5 or 5. We're gonna play some numbers here, because I know we aren't doing this, what he's doing here, but you know, we don't have the whole map loaded in, which is interesting to me. I don't really want to build like a bunch of like clones of this ground though. I know we don't have any tile maps either, but we'll figure that out, I guess. Oh, he's got a slide going for him. For him, little rubber duck. Okay. Get back to the video. Picture in picture. Alright.
The final thing for today's video is implementing the jump mechanic. To achieve this, we're also going to use the update method, but in this case we're going to use an...
Alright, file. Save. Okay, so this is the get key thing that we used previously. So, let's do
if statement to check if the space key is pressed. You're going to type in input.getKey, which is a boolean variable that returns true when the key is pressed and false when it's not. And inside the curly brackets we have keycode.space. And I'm going to point this out because you can use this same...
Am I blind? Aren't those just regular brackets? Yeah, the regular brackets. What are you saying curly for? Okay, confusing me. Sorry, okay.
To check for other key inputs. You just need to change the space part. For example, you will type in keycode.a to check for the A key input, and keycode.b to check for the B key input. It's extremely intuitive. Now that we know when the space key is pressed, we need to define what happens when it is.
Okay, let me try it before he does it, because I want to see if I can figure this out. We're going to switch these two around first. X, V, and then we're going to change this into dot X, change this into vertical, times speed. Do we want to have times speed for the jump? Will be a little bit jump. Like times 2.
And what we want to do here is change the body's velocity again, but this time we don't change the velocity on the x-axis, we change it on the y-axis. So inside the vector we will type in body.velocity.x. So
oh wait, why do I have linear velocity? He has velocity. I got linear. Okay, we'll go with it.
Body maintains
it's working, so
horizontally. And for the second parameter, we're gonna use speed, which we know is equal to 10. And finally, we can press play and test this out. You can.
Okay. Unity. Let's try it. Or not. Okay. What's our error? Let's see. Whoop. Let's get this over here. Error code. Body.velocity equals new vector. Body.linear velocity.x input.get axis.
Which we know is equal to 10. And
oh, we're just doing speed. We're not even going to do input.get axis. Interesting. So, okay. That's on me. Let's go back to Unity. Together, run, where's the errors? Okay. Body.velocity equals new vector 2, body.velocity x speed. I don't know why we do linear velocity. It updated it though, but we can just change all cases of velocity linear to regular velocity. Body dot velocity equals new vector 2. We'll try it. Velocity, 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 velocity. And this if statement is, let's see, 1, 2. Oh, okay. It's not that. It's the, wait. Let me undo that. Okay, we're back to that. We don't have curly brackets after the if statement, it looks like, so that's also my bad. Okay. File, save, Unity, move picture, put it together. Nope. All compilers. Still have compiler errors. Okay. If capital case input, I was going too fast. Dot get key code dot space body dot velocity x speed. Let's try it. If it doesn't work, we try again. Try again. Oh, maybe. Looks like it's no longer compiler errors. Hey, okay. I also want the up arrow key, so maybe we gotta figure out what that's referenced to. It's in Unity. Okay, if it just holds space, I fly. So it shouldn't. I don't like that. I don't like how I can hold space and just fly. So that's something to figure out. Okay, let's put that in our script here, because I don't know if he intends to do that or not. Make it so they can't make the duck fly. Can't make the duck fly by holding space. Okay. Play again.
Finally, we can press play and test this out. You can see that the player is going left and right and jumping around happily, like it's supposed to do. But we still have a few issues to solve. Primarily, it's the fact that if you hold down the space button, or if you press it repeatedly, your player is going to fly off into space.
Yeah.
This video is long enough, so let's leave this for the second episode, which is coming the next week.
Okay.
I want to thank all of you for watching.
Thank God the tutorial was over.
Because I was trying to
the 15-minute tutorial, so not that long. But that's not
in this video,
declining the amount of effort.
Our player from looking like this to look like this.
Oh.
The first step is to go to the Unity Asset Store, which is a marketplace where you can find 3D models, 2D sprites, textures, materials.
So we don't have. We're using our own assets here, so we're gonna see
templates and a whole lot of other assets that we created last time, and press on the Asset Store window on top. If you cannot find this tab, then make sure to press Window and then click Asset Store. Just find the Dragon Warrior one, press Download, then Import. Next, you're going to see this window that basically asks you which files from the package you want to import. We want all of them, so just press Import again. When it's done, you're going to see a new folder called Dragon Warrior Files appear in your assets. I'm going to drag it into the Sprites folder and rename it to Character, just to keep everything organized. Now, we finally get to replace our square player with a better looking one. Switch back to Scene View, then select the player object.
Okay, so I guess we should do something about our player character, because there really isn't much going on with him. Let's see. Oop, that's my files. Let's close that. Okay. Pixel art. Forgot what it's called, but it'll come up probably. Yeah, that's good. Login. Google. I'm pretty sure I logged in with Google last time. Let me move this over here so I don't leak all my info. Okay. Let's go to my gallery, close this, add a drawing. Can I duplicate the drawing? Is that possible? Okay, let's see. Settings. No, can I just duplicate the drawing? That's all I want to do. Not what I wanted either. No. That's cute, but anyway. Can I just duplicate it? Is that something I can do? Okay. We'll make another layer. Oh. Can't really do that either, apparently. Okay. Fill? No, it's not what I wanted. I just want to make another layer. Okay. Let's see. What can we do? Okay. Wait, let's see if we can make a new drawing, but off the basis of another one. Start drawing. Continue new drawing. Open image. Downloads. Unity. Rubber ducky. Rubber duck.png. Open. There we go. I think this is hopefully a different file, but if it's not, it'll be okay. Let's do fill. Let's pick up this color. We'll do this pretty quickly here, guys. Don't worry. Just gonna try to get rid of that outline. And then the bird is in the air. There we go. And then I should pick up this color. That's all I need to do for this. So there we go. And then we can do... I'm doing this way too slowly. Okay. I don't like that. We'll take it. Is there like a square eraser I can do? That works. Kind of getting rid of the blocky feel with having such a thin eraser. So like a... There we go. Tail's gonna get a little bit smaller just for this. So it looks a little less janky. There we go. I think we'll take that. We can work with that, I think. Yeah. Save drawing. Title. Bird. Flying. So, do that. And then, it's not really what I need to do, but, let's see, start drawing. Open image. Downloads. We're gonna go from this one. And then we'll make the bird going down. So let's do a large eraser. There goes that wing. And a large portion of the rest of the bird, apparently. Okay, pick up the color. I'm gonna turn this down to 8-ish. Put the tail back to some semblance of a tail. And now the bird is flying downwards. Or I guess landing. It's still a rubber ducky. I don't really know why it's flying, but don't think about it too much and it's fine. There we go. See? Look at that. Save drawing. Bird flying down. Save drawing. We'll definitely have to go rogue here from this tutorial because if the bird's coming down, we want a different animation. Flying up, we'll have the up and down. This will be a bit janky, but it's okay. I think for... I guess we gotta get our soap in here as well. So I know one of the mechanics I wanted to have. What color? Like lavender soap, yeah. Oh, I forgot to do the fill. And I want to make it pastel, so let's get that in here. Move the fill. Border. It's kind of square. Let's do a slightly thicker outline around it. I'm going to erase the edges of this so it's a little bit more round. Do that my purple. Yeah, and then we'll do this color. This is so goofy. Okay. see. Can I write out like this? Let's see. Oh, that's way too thick. Okay. Soap. There we go. Those are projectiles in the game. Soap. Okay, there we go. We got our soap. Let's get all our assets named in my downloads. So we've got these guys. Unity, Ducky. Let's see. Rename. Soap. Rename. Flying. Down. Rename. Flying. Up. There we go. We've got a couple more in here.
Then press the sprite button and type in idle in the search box. From the results you get, just pick the first one, which is called idle_01. Now you can see that the shape of a player changed, but the color didn't. If you have the same issue, tap on the color field below the sprite and change it back to white. Now the colors are looking great, but our player is really small, so I'm going to increase the scales to be 1 on all axes. Another issue that we still have is the fact that our box collider still has the shape of our previous player. To fix this, we need to select the player, then find the box collider component on the right side, then press Edit Collider. Now you will see 4 handles that you can drag around in order to change the size of...
Let me double check if the colliders are good on this guy. I'm near you. Oh, I got a scene. Zoom in. I think the colliders are okay on this little guy. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's, you know, pretty good. It's fine by me. We'll decrease it a little bit on each side, just to give some room for the pixels. So, there you go. See? That's fine.
of a collider. Feel free to add your components because we will not be editing them anymore in this video. Now you can press play and test the result. You're gonna see that we have 2 big issues right now. The first one is that the player is not flipping left and right when you actually move left and right.
Yes.
And the second one is that there are no animations. So let's implement the flipping of a player first. Exit play mode and double click the player movement script in order to open it.
Okay, back to player movement script.
To make the player flip left and right, we need to check the horizontal input first.
Okay. Let's do that. If capitalize this time, dot get axis is horizontal, because we're checking if it's going horizontally. Horizontal. Okay.
But before we finish the if statement, let's create a float called
What?
horizontal input, which is
Okay.
actually going to store the input that get access horizontal value inside it. It's just going to make it easier for us to write code in the future. Now let's make sure to replace the input.getAccess value with horizontal.
Wait. Slow down, buddy. Okay. Horizontal. We're doing camel case this time. I think we did it last time too, actually. Horizontal input equals this.
Horizontal input here and here.
Wait, I mean here and here. Here and here, where? Okay.
Alright, when you're done, we're going to continue
Okay, we're gonna change these out from the looks of it.
with our if statement. So we will check when the horizontal input is bigger than 0, 0, 1, which means the player is moving right, and we will change the player scale to be 1 on all axes. Just to demonstrate how this works, I'm going to go back into Unity. You don't need to do this right now. Right? And we will change the player scale to be 1 on all axes.
Okay, so
Just
he's
to
just
demonstrate
testing
how
if it
this
works.
I'm going to go back into Unity. You don't need to do this right now.
Alright, we will.
So check this out. You already know that every object in Unity has a scale property, which we can change. And what we want to do right now is change the scale of a player to be 1 when he's facing right and -1 when he's facing left. Keep in mind that we will edit the scale only on the x-axis, not on all of them. So now that we know what we have to do, we can get back to it.
Okay, let's try it. I want to see what I can do if it would do without itself. So I am learning, so I mean that's like the best way to learn. Transform dot local scale equals. That's just not what I wanted to do. Vector 3 dot
So our player is already facing right and moving right. That's handled by this if statement. Now we need to add an else if statement that checks when we
Okay, we're just adding else if. We'll do dot one. Gonna paste that. Okay. You don't have to work with me, game. So else if
move left. And this time we're going to check if the horizontal input is smaller than minus 001. When this condition is met, we're going to set the local scale of our transform to a new vector 3 with values of -1, 1, and 1. And just to make sure that you remember what this scope does, I'm going to add a comment on top of it. It's generally a good idea to write comments for yourself when you write some.
okay, we'll write some comments in. Flip player when moving. Jump. I mean, that's what it is.
Complex piece of code that you might forget in the future. And finally, we can go back into Unity and
now he's gonna go test it.
test how this all works. As you can see, the flipping is working perfectly. It even works when you are jumping and you want to change directions as well. So this is
Alright, let's see. Let's go to game. Play. Oh. Look at that. He's jumping. I don't like how we spawned in and started facing this way, though, to be honest. So then you want to go this way. But I think people have the inclination to go move this way anyway. Like, spawn in. Whoop, am I facing this way? Oh. It also changes back when we're not moving. So, I guess the duck has a goal, but... Oh, it changes to... The default should be this, first of all. So maybe I should switch those around. Let's see. Horizontal input is greater than... There, let's switch these around. File, save, Unity. Now when I press the right arrow key, it's gonna move backwards. Okay. Okay. But he is also defaulting the right direction, so let's see.
issue is solved. Moving on to animation.
Okay, he's like, the issue is completely
Change
solved.
directions as well. So this issue is solved. Moving on to animation. All works. As you can see. And finally.
I have no one F. I didn't have an F in there, so we're gonna add the F's and then fix the let's see, less than, greater than, those. File, save, Unity, file. Okay. Let's get this running. It's already been 40 minutes, now we have player movement. Okay, that changed literally nothing but my issue here. Because, yes, they will go left and right, but when my hands are off the keyboard, he's facing the wrong direction. That's the thing. Shoot. We're gonna have to go rogue on this one, guys. Okay. So if we swap these, the directions are swapped. If we don't swap these, the default direction is swapped. If it's equal to 0, then we should be facing the correct way. Less than 0. Let's try that. See how that goes. So, okay. Oh, shoot, forgot to pause you. No, wait. So, let's see. You were still defaulting the wrong direction. I didn't even do anything. Okay. Visual Studio. If horizontal input is nothing, then let's try this. See how that runs. File, save, Unity. And compiler errors. Okay. Transform.localscale 0f. If it's equal to, if it's equivalent to, yeah. Okay, wait for it to save. File, save. Unity. See if we get this to play. Because this is something that I definitely want. If we aren't having input, we want him to face the correct direction. So when you start the game, he should be facing the other way. This way, this way, this way. You're not having any input. If it's equal to 0, okay. I'm gonna double check that it's not this either. File, save, Unity. Put it all together. Time, Unity. Play. Okay. Hey! He's facing the right way. We did it on our own, guys. Look at that. Some original code written right there. Just figuring stuff out. Okay, I'm actually pretty proud of that. Now we can move on with the video because we have the actual thing we want in here.
Finally, we can go back into Unity and test how this all works.
Yeah?
As you can see, the flipping is working perfectly. It even works when you are jumping and you want to change directions as well. So this issue is solved. Moving on to animation. The first thing that you need to do when animating an object in Unity is attaching an animator to it.
Alright, so we're going to try to do the flying up when he's jumping up. And I think I don't know what we'll do for when he floats down. We'll figure that out. Tape on my pants. Okay. Animator. Let's add an animator. Animator or animation? Animator is what he typed.
To do this, you need to select the player, press Add Component, then choose Animator.
Animator.
Now we will create a new folder and call it Animations.
Oop, okay. Under Assets, we're going to make a new folder. Create folder. Animations.
We'll keep all of our animations in here. Once you're done, open the folder, then right-click inside it, then choose Create and Animator Controller. Right after you create it, you can give it a name. I'm gonna call mine Player. Now select the player on the left side and drag the animator controller you just created into the controller field. When working with animations in Unity, you need to keep two tabs open, Animator and
So it's actually opening up here. We're gonna move this down here because that's what he has. And then he has
Animation. You can see
how do you say the animation? How do you open that, bro? Hello? How did you get that open? Okay. How long has he had that open for? He's just had that open too. Okay. So, well, we'll figure that out.
Now we will create a new folder and call it Animations. We will keep all of our animations in here. Once you're done,
How do I open another tab? Add tab. Animation. Alright, look at that. Ours looks like his to the best of our abilities. Yeah.
open the folder, then right-click inside it, then choose Create and Animator Controller.
Right.
After you create it, you can give it a name. I'm gonna call mine Player. Now select the player on the left side and drag the animator controller you just created into the controller field. When working with animations in Unity, you need to keep two tabs open, Animator and Animation. You can see them right here. If you close them by accident or you don't have them at all, just make sure to go to Window, Animation, then pick animator and animation as well.
Okay.
When you open them, they're going to pick a certain position on the layout. In my case, the animator went to the top bar, and the animation opened as a separate window. You can drag them around and place them wherever you feel more comfortable.
Because we're working just with them, I think I'm going to put them in this top bar, actually. I know he's doing it differently, but I kind of need to see what I'm doing.
I like mine to be on the bottom. Okay, as soon as you're done, select the player object, open the animation window, and
Okay, select the player object, open the animation window.
press create. For the new animation,
And press... Where did you press it? Okay.
select the player object, open the animation window,
And hit create. Okay. Animation, create.
and press create. For the new animation, we're going to pick the name idle. Then press enter and
Oh, we're just creating a place for it. We'll do a flying animation. So we're not gonna do an idle animation because it's a rubber duck. I really don't know what I could do for an idle animation. I also prepared the flying ones already, so we're gonna have flying. Oops, never mind. Create. Sure. Yeah, and then we'll name it flying.
click on this red circle in the animation window.
Red circle.
This button allows us to start recording a new animation. So make sure to press it, it's crucial for this step. When you press it, you're going to see that both the button and the timeline here becomes red, which is a good indication for you to know when you are recording an animation. The next step is to extend the sprite renderer component and press on the sprite button.
Okay, we're gonna pause that. We're gonna go to, we're bring it down here, and then we'll look at scene. So making animation. And now we're gonna open up sprite renderer.
Then you will see the select sprite window and you will type
Sprite. Okay, so I need to add some more. I need to add the new sprites into my sprite folder. So, I think I'll just drag and drop downloads, Unity, Rubber Ducky, these guys, and Soap. You will be in the sprite window as well. We're not animating with Soap right now, though. Such a funny sentence. Okay. Animator, or animation, scene. Ducky, this.
type in idle in the search bar. Then press on idle 02 once and double click idle 01. The select
Okay, so we're gonna try making this, I guess. Okay. So we have that, and then
select sprite window is going to close automatically, and now if you look inside your animation, you will see that you have a keyframe at second 0.
I don't have any keyframes. What? Okay. What? What? What's he doing?
And double click idle 01. The select sprite window. See the select sprite window. Render a component and press on the sprite button. Then you will see the select sprite window and you will type in idle in the search bar. Then press on idle 02 once and double click idle.
What? Okay, I need this slow down.
Then you'll see the select sprite window and you will type in idle in the search bar. Then press on idle 02 once and double
He pressed on 01 twice, 02 once, 01 twice.
click idle 01.
Okay. So what's he doing? I can't even tell. Okay. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. It's not adding any keyframes into animation or animator at all. Let's see.
Then you'll see the extend the sprite render component and press on the sprite button. Then you'll see the select sprite window once and double click idle 01.
Okay. One, double click. I didn't do nothing. Can I add keyframe? What is he doing, bro? Okay. This is a pain.
Then press on idle 02 once and double.
What is this? Okay. 1. Double click. Go. 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. I was just gonna record chat. Okay. 2. Oh, he was in recording mode. I see. Okay. So we have a keyframe now. Oh, what's going on here? Okay.
Click idle 0.
We can go back to regular speed.
The select sprite window is going to close automatically. And now if you look inside your animation, you will see that you have a keyframe at second 0. Next, press on the 005 marker or drag the white line towards it. Now press the sprite button again, type in idle and double click on idle 02. Now you have the second
Okay. Idle 02, so that would be our flying down.
keyframe. Let's repeat the process until
Repeat the process. Okay. We'll do flying up. Go back here. Okay. Hello. I think I broke it. Back a little white line. I think we have a little loopable animation here. Look at him. He's flying. He's flying, all right. I think he's
6 keyframes.
Yeah, he's going through all his keyframes. I only have like 2, so we're good to loop this.
Make sure to move. When you're done, press the red button, then press play to see how your animation will look.
Yeah,
You
that's
can also
fine.
hit play on the top bar to see how it will actually look in the game.
Top bar. This isn't an idle animation for me though. So, I need to make this an if statement. Otherwise, this bird's just gonna be flying. Look at him. I just need him to. I only want the animation to play when I land.
It's much better than before, but I personally think that it's a bit too fast for now, so let's slow it down a bit. To make it happen, we
Okay, we'll figure out our if statement later, I guess. Okay.
need to go back into the animation window and select all keyframes, which you can do by either pressing Ctrl A or Command A, or box selecting all the keyframe with your mouse. Now to extend the animation, you need to press the little blue line on the right and drag it from 25 milliseconds to 45.
Okay. Yeah, that works. I am. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
5 milliseconds. which is going to make the animation slower because it's gonna add more time between the frames.
File, save. I don't want this to be an idle animation though, that's what's bugging me.
I'll continue with the running animation. To create a new animation, press idle and from underneath it choose create new clip. Let's call it run and
idle, and we'll just have our rubber duck just chilling there, bro. This is bugging me. Okay. What the? Okay.
press the red button in the animation window. After that, type in walk. When you're done, you can zoom in on your character a bit and press play in the animation window. And this time I'm actually pleased with the speed, but if you want to... Right, now we have a running animation. Now the question is, how do we implement it into the game? To solve this, we first need to open
Okay, this is the part where we fix this.
the animator
Entry does not go into idle. Let's... No. None of that.
window. Now I want you to pay attention to the yellow rectangle that
I don't want that to be...
is called idle, and the gray rectangle that's called run. These are the animations we just created.
So idle is the default. Oh. It looks like my Ethernet is off, so I'm gonna save. And then I wonder if I can figure this out on my own. Create state. Interesting. Okay, we'll come back to it. That we have some semblance of something going on. You run the game. Will it at least let us not have the default be flying? Yeah. Okay. There we go. We have flying existing, but we aren't saying as the default, which is good. It's been an hour, so I am gonna go have some lunch. It's 3 p.m. actually. So, yeah. Thank you. Bye, bye, guys.